To shoot a quick release. Look at the numbers this young man has put up. He is averaging over 30 points, and that's with 0 against Loyola because they put 2 guys on him for 40 minutes. He took himself totally out of the game. He's the type of player that no one person can guard, and West Virginia is going to have an amazing challenge just trying to slow him down.
If he stays healthy and stays effective, he could wind up as the NCAA's all-time leader in three-point field goal.
The beginning of the greatest three-point shooter of all time, Stephen Curry, who played 3 seasons at Davidson. He was a 6'3", 185-pound point guard, and people said he was running like the 2, wasn't great of ball handler. People said he was too small, things of that nature, but it didn't stop him from being one of the top scorers in college history and one of the best three-point shooters. But again, a lot of college teams said that he's a third-year player. They don't want him to be the number 1 pick. He's too small to guard NBA shooting guards because he wasn't a shooting guard. And shooting wasn't really a big thing in 2009. We had players like LeBron who had mid-range specialists, things like that, driving, big man, things of that nature. But coming to the draft, he wanted to go to the Knicks, and the Knicks said they were going to draft him with the 8th pick. And it was looking out to be true. The Timberwolves didn't have really their sights on him. They had 2 picks. They could have picked him, but they obviously didn't. But his future was uncertain. He didn't want to go to Golden State. A lot of Knicks fans wanted him to go to New York, and I feel like things would have panned out really differently if he did go to New York. But he had a great college career. 3 years, he really proved himself, but he will be going into the league a little bit older than other players because he wasn't a star-studded player in his first year to be able to get drafted at a high overall. He was only a 3-star player. But in college in those 3 years, he came out firing. Everybody loved him. But let's get into the draft.
Those 2 picks, but Golden State also is on the clock with the number 7 pick, the youngest team in the NBA, picking 7th. Commissioner David Stern has the card for a team that used 47 different starting lineups. Here's the commissioner.
With the 7th pick in the 2009 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Stephen Curry from Davidson College.
That there are so many fans who dislike the Golden State Warriors so much. Actually, the reaction says it all. Nothing against Golden State, but these Knicks fans wanted Stephen Curry, the 6'3" junior guard out of Davidson, who quite simply is the best shooter.
Being drafted to one of the youngest teams in the NBA at that time, he proved himself worthy, averaging 17.5 points, 6 assists, 4.5 rebounds, and he played 80 games in his rookie season, doubting players that he had injury issues, which he did later in his career, but his rookie season, he really popped off. In comparison, they already had a guard, though, in Monte Ellis, who was really one of the best point guards during that time. He just didn't have a really great team around him. And, of course, everybody knows that we believe Warriors and things of that nature. Curry was, if he could find his spot, find his play in the rotation, he could be a great player. A lot of people lacked him for his size and things of that nature, but he obviously proved him wrong in his rookie season. Averaging those kind of points is really good for a rookie, but, of course, it might be a little expected because of his 3 years in college. He should be coming into the league more ready for the NBA. A lot of things happened in the coming years. They got rid of Monte Ellis. They fired their coach and got Steve Kerr, who is now their coach still today, picking up people like Draymond in the second round. And with the 11th pick of the 2011 draft, getting Klay Thompson, trading away Ellis because Ellis just couldn't play with him and said we were too small and he just didn't like the guy, really. So they traded Monte Ellis. They wanted Curry, and they got Andrew Bogut, which is a great future pick for them. And in the season where the dynasty started in 2013-14, he averaged 24 points, 8.5 assists, 4.5 rebounds in 78 games, and he got his first All-Star appearance. And this is when the Big Three era starts to kick in, where the dominance of Steph Curry is on full display. Everybody was knowing their names. And he got his first All-Star appearance going against the likes of those cool All-Star jerseys with Kobe Bryant, the Kyrie jerseys. It was such a good All-Star, man. And he was part of that historic All-Star team. And this has got to be one of the greatest starts to a dynasty ever. I mean, Klay trying to make his way, Draymond trying to make his way. You got Andre Iguodala. I mean, you got a lot of good players, competent players. You're going up against the likes of Kevin Durant. Now, Derrick Rose coming off of an injury, things of that nature. So you got a lot of people out here. And, of course, the Miami Heat, San Antonio Spurs are really good teams at this point. And you're out there competing against those kind of teams. Everybody started thinking that Steph Curry was great, and people started calling him Chef Curry. This is when the name started, Chef Curry. And I really like it because this playoff series, his first playoff series, he proved himself, and he got the name Chef Curry and Babyface Assassin, which is awesome. Those are one of the greatest nicknames ever. So, I mean, it was a great season for them. Like, really, like, it's one of the most historic seasons ever. When Draymond wasn't punching people, it was just fire basketball. This is peak basketball. If you guys were kids watching this stuff, you probably might never witness stuff like this again, because just Steph Curry is so great. And he was young at this point. I mean, he was like 27, 28 at this point. So not the youngest, but he was young enough to prove himself. And it obviously panned out for them, because this is the start of the dynasty.
Title partner of the NBA Most Valuable Player Award is represented at center court by Mr. Tim Chaney, Vice President, Marketing Communications, Kia Motors America. And now, please welcome the NBA Commissioner, Mr. Adam Silver.
Thank you, Tim, Kia Motors, and Steph Curry. You're the leader of the team that had the best record in the NBA this season. This is a tribute not just to you, but to the entire organization and the great fans here in the Bay Area. It's also particularly special that you're the first player in 55 years as a Warrior to win the MVP. And the last one was, of course, Wilt Chamberlain. So you're in very special company. So it's my honor and my pleasure to present you Steph Curry with the 2014-15 Kia MVP Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Curry.
I just want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for your support all season long. You guys fueled us every single night, and myself included, so we couldn't have done this without you. This is a very special moment that we'll remember for a long time, but as you know, we got a lot of work to do, so let's get back to it. Thank you very much.
The 2014-15 season is the official start of Stephen Curry's absolute greatness. This is when he took the world by storm, winning his first MVP this season, and they won their first championship against LeBron's first year with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He averaged almost 24 points, 8 assists, 4.5 rebounds, all-star selection. His teammates Klay and Draymond were cooking. Andrew Bogut was cooking. Andre Iguodala was cooking. Steve Kerr was a great coach, even though they doubted him in the beginning. They were building a team, a squad. And Steph Curry by himself was changing the narrative for all shooters around the world, that you can win a championship with a shooting roster with people like Draymond, who Draymond was a good shooter. If you guys know the old Draymond was splashing threes. Steve Kerr formed the perfect offense, and everybody's like, oh, Golden State Warriors offense. They're passing, everything. This is when they perfected the perfect offense, I think, in NBA history. And this is when they finally, they put the offense They put the skills, they put everything together this season, which led to them being the NBA champs of this season and a start of something great.
Well, James gets it. James brings it up the floor, gets away, sets, nice fake, gets a good open look, and misses the three. Rebounding Iguodala, foul from behind with 10 points. On Green could start their celebration. Opportunity down the stretch. But Stephen Curry and Draymond Green could start their celebration. A little bit of a scare here down the final couple of minutes. And one of the great regular seasons in the history of the league, 67 wins, one of the most dominant home court records in NBA history, is going to end with a title. And there's Alvin Gentry, the new Pelicans coach, and Curry and Kerr. LeBron James with the congratulations for the MVP and a point of respect toward the Warriors bench. James comes out. What a magnificent finals for LeBron James. But he will fall short, and he is hearing MVP chants.
It's a great show of sportsmanship and class, acknowledging the MVP and also Steve Kerr. Got to give him a lot of credit, Mike. Took over a tough job in a tough situation, won over the locker room, and is a championship coach.
Smith will bring it up, throw up a three, rebound Curry, and the dream season is now complete. The Golden State Warriors are the 2015 NBA champions, their first title in 40 years. And how sweet it must be for those crazy loyal Bay Area fans. A disappointed LeBron James with a finals for the ages, but comes up short. And the respect between these two teams, the championship Warriors, well, they had to fight tooth and nail to knock off these Cavaliers. The fourth title in franchise history for Golden State. Much more to come here from Cleveland after this timeout.
Nobody thought they could top last season, but somehow they did it this season. 73 wins. And a unanimous MVP. Nobody else could top the man, the babyface assassin, Chef Curry. Everything was working together. Klay Thompson got even better. Draymond got even better. It just was a dominant-ass team. This might be one of the greatest teams in NBA history. This is the greatest team in NBA history. This man Curry averaged 37, 5.5, and 79 games, and he won a second MVP, unanimous MVP, of course, and everybody was talking about this team. The best team fucking ever. 73-9, Golden State Warriors. This team could not be stopped. When I'm telling you, everybody knew who this man was after this season. Everybody. He became one of the top players ever just with this season alone. Everybody was talking about him. You couldn't get him out people's mouth. And this is when the rivalry between him and LeBron James started, when everybody was making those memes about it's going to be 2035. We're going to get a Cavaliers-Warriors finals. This is when the memes started. Two dominant teams, but one team, in my opinion, was better because they had the man, the myth, the legend, Stephen Curry, man. He was a masterclass. 2 MVPs in a row. His teammates were helping him. But last finals, they had to go up against an injured Cavaliers. This season, even though they look better, they're going to have a rough start. They're going to have a rough time trying to take down Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, J.R. Smith, Kevin Love, Matthew Dellavedova. They're going to have a tough time. But this team didn't think so because they were the greatest team to ever live. They knew it too. You know how much their ego must have boosted, having 73-9 in a league where there's not plumbers, where there's actual NBA stars. They were changing the game. Everybody would throw up. Everybody was like, oh, Kobe, when they threw up shots. This is the year where everybody fucking started throwing up shots. And with Curry, fucking the greatest fucking shot ever, the Mike Green double bang against the OKC Thunder in a regular season game, it was a masterclass. The passing you see in these clips, just immaculate. You can't stop this team, man. You can't. It is unstoppable. They would clap the 1996 Bulls. Clap them. This team's ball movement was elite. Everybody on this team had a purpose. They weren't trying to fucking be all 50-point game scorers. They all worked as a one singular team, and Steve Kerr did a phenomenal job with that. And, of course, Steph Curry, being one of the greatest players of all time, being just Stephen Curry. I mean, it was just a masterclass. There is nothing that could stop Stephen Curry. And there still is nothing that can stop Stephen Curry to this day. But this team looked like it was unbeatable.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
After defeating OKC's led by Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, things started to change. They go up against the finals 3-1 lead, and then LeBron James pulls out the most devious comeback.
Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown! And the Cavaliers by 3.
And I like the no timeout call by Steve Kerr.
Love picks up Curry. Curry steps back, fakes a 3, drives again, shut off nicely. Found a Green, 7 to shoot. Curry fakes the 3, steps back, crossover, puts up a 3. Rebound James with 30 seconds remaining.
What a spectacular job by Love.
Irving on the drive, goes inside, lost it, gets it back and finds Love. There's a 7-second difference between shot clock and game clock, and they had a foul to give, so Barnes fouls him there.
But that's a bad foul, Mike. That
Absolutely.
gives him 3 extra seconds. And what was Kyrie Irving doing in transition?
So James will inbound. Now there's a 4.7 difference between shot clock and game clock. Cavaliers have 1 timeout left. Can go in the backcourt in the last 2 minutes to get it.
But they've got to manage this clock. They don't want to go early.
Irving drives to James, misses the jam, but fouled. Warriors have 2 timeouts remaining. Stays a 3-point game.
And Mike, as a player, there's no pressure right now. You're up 3. Worst case scenario, you got to give them 1 free throw. That should be the mindset. I missed it. You got to step up and knock this free throw down if you're LeBron James.
Warriors will no doubt call timeout. Miss or make here from James. Rattles in the second. 4. Iguodala to inbound. Shumpert trying to stay with Curry. Catches 1 dribble, steps back, puts up a 3. Won't go. Rebound tip taken by Spades. Final seconds. It's over. It's over. Cleveland is a city of champions once again. The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
The news again coming in moments ago, Kevin Durant heading to the Golden State Warriors. How are you viewing this move from Durant?
Well, I'm viewing it as the weakest move I've ever seen from a superstar. Plain and simple. That's just how I look at it. It's not that he's leaving Oklahoma City. If you're not happy there and you want to move on and you want to grow as a player, there's nothing wrong with that. He's one of the top 3 players in the world. He's a quintessential superstar. He deserves all the credit in the world for the talent that he possesses. But the flip side is this. They were up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals. Not 1, not 2, but 3 different times. He was 48 minutes removed from getting to the NBA Finals by winning the Western Conference. 3 times he failed, particularly in Game 6. And you depart for the team that beat you when you're on the cusp of getting to the finals yourself or ultimately winning the championship for the franchise that you've been with since you've come into the NBA. I think it's incredibly weak. And I don't want to hear any comparisons to that of LeBron James when LeBron James left Cleveland for South Beach. When LeBron left Cleveland, the cupboard was bare. He was basically the only dude in Cleveland. It was LeBron James and a bunch of no names. In the case of Kevin Durant, you have one of the top 5 players in the world as your teammate. You've got Billy Donovan, who's proven to be an exceptional coach. You've got a coaching staff. You've got a first-class organization. You've got Enes Kanter, Steven Adams, and all of these boys. You are legitimately a championship contender. You are the difference. You are the superstar, and you depart for the team that beat you, that's the 2-time reigning defending Western Conference champions, who's won a championship in the last 2 years. You're jumping on a bandwagon as far as I'm concerned. That's just the way that I look at it. I don't think there's any way to deny that. All the reporters, whether it's Ramona, it's Chris Broussard, everybody doing an exceptional job, pointing out the things that they point out. I don't disagree with anything anybody is saying. But in the end, what it comes down to is that Kevin Durant is one of the top 3 players in the world, and he ran away from the challenge that he faces in order to jump on the bandwagon of a team that's a little bit better, that's already rife with at least one superstar, a couple of guys that can really, really get it done. I just view it as him jumping on the bandwagon, and I think it's the weakest move I've ever seen by a superstar.
Adding Kevin Durant was one of the riskiest moves ever and got him a lot of hate. But the hate couldn't suffice what was to happen to this team. Beating LeBron, whooping his fucking ass in the playoffs. Kevin Durant winning Finals MVP, but Curry averaging 25, 6.5, 4.5, and he got his second NBA championship. Now 2-1 in the finals. I mean, this team was great. This might be the bet. The 2016 team was better because of their play. The 2017 team was better because of their roster. Adding Kevin Durant, being fully healthy, because all these players stayed healthy and they fucking whooped ass all the way through the playoffs, all the way through regular season, all the way to win their second NBA championship. And it wasn't even a fucking option for them to fucking win a championship. It wasn't going to happen. Cleveland Cavaliers were not going to win a series against this team. I am so sorry if I hurt any LeBron fans' rumors. It was not going to happen. Steph Curry's greatness, Kevin Durant's greatness, Klay Thompson's greatness. They had 4 All-Stars on their damn team. 4 damn All-Stars. That is crazy to me. 4 people in their starting lineup were All-Stars this year. That's crazy to me. This is what started super teams. And then the next year, you're beating LeBron so bad because Kyrie Irving left. He's checking out of the game with like fucking minutes left. He checked out and was like, yo, bro, y'all got it. Y'all fucking got it. And they're going to fucking two-peat this thing and give them their 3rd ring. Stephen Curry's 3rd ring. And this year, he fucking still was playing great. Even with Kevin Durant on the team. 26 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. 51 games. But what had to come was terrible. Even with Stephen Curry averaging 28, 5, and 69 games, the dynasty had to come to an end sometime.
Green on Lowry. Lowry gets past, falls down, lost the ball. Thompson running the floor, and a foul. And Thompson grabs his left knee, now writhing in pain. Steph Curry slamming the ball on the court, so upset. Green went up to block it. Some of the players saying something. Danny Green saying, I'm just trying to block the play.
No, that wasn't a dirty play by Danny Green.
And everybody for the Warriors in the franchise and here in the stands holding their breath. Klay Thompson obviously in some pain. He grabbed that left knee right away. Ibaka trying to stay with Durant, knocks it away, and Durant's limping. Durant goes down holding his leg. Ibaka goes up and is fouled down the other end. And Durant grabbing that right leg. It's the right calf that put him out. And his teammates going over to check on him. They don't like to hear the fans cheering.
I'm surprised by that, and the players are telling him not to be doing that.
No question. These Raptor fans have been wonderful, but to cheer for a player who gets injured. And credit Serge Ibaka. And there's the play right away.
And he closed out on the shooting hand side.
Steph Curry with a lot of contact. And he's holding that left wrist. We already saw Steph tweak his ankle. He is not moving that left wrist right now.
That is the absolute last thing in the world that they need right now. He's up.
After losing the finals to Toronto, losing Kevin Durant, losing Klay Thompson to 2 meniscus injuries, Stephen Curry came back after his broken wrist, averaged 32, 6 assists, 5.5 rebounds in 63 games in the year after the COVID year in 2021. And this man was cooking. This man had a second prime MVP votes. This is when he started firing from goddamn anywhere. This is when we see the real Steph Curry. He worked on his body. He was a slim dude in their first prime with the super team, but this man worked on his body to get to the basket more efficiently. This man started firing any shots because the team wasn't looking great. It was him, Draymond. They picked up Kelly Oubre Jr., D'Angelo Russell. The team had 15 wins. The team where he had his hand broken, you're missing Klay Thompson and all them folks, and you're missing Kyrie, and not Kyrie, but you're missing Kevin Durant because he left for the Brooklyn Nets. You were 15-50. You come into this season, you're 36-30 this year. He was 36-30, had a second prime. If he had a better record, he might have won the MVP. I think he should have won the goddamn MVP this year. But holy shit, the second prime is here. He showed motherfuckers that he's still here. Even if he doesn't have no super team, that he could do it on his fucking own. He could do this shit. He knows it. You got young stars joining the team. You just got James Wiseman, who was supposed to be fucking good. Don't ask me what happened to him. But you picked up a guy that it's going to help you in the future with Jordan Poole and things of that nature. And this man was cooking everybody in the damn fucking league. Anybody that tried to stop Steph Curry, this man was dropping 50, 60, 30, 40. This man was fucking dropping buckets like his life depended on it. That's how good this man was. It was a second prime, just out of nowhere. Everybody knew Steph Curry's greatness, but this man took his greatness and made it greater. I don't know how the fuck you do that, but this man did it right here in this singular season. This man with the high top fade, I don't know what he was cooking, but this man was cooking because he was on crack this entire season, just shooting from anywhere, step back threes, getting to the basket. This man was healthy. This man was, he turned into a goddamn bodybuilder. Like, he looked great, he played great, he felt great. And you know what changed about him? He looked like he was having fun when he played. He didn't take things so seriously. He was smiling, having fun, even though they weren't the greatest team in the league. And their playoff hopes were crushed by LeBron James seeing 3 baskets and shooting at one of them in that play-in series. I remember it vividly. So, I mean, no, it wasn't the greatest, but what came after this, people started taking the Warriors seriously.
Guarding him from the start, Wiggins again. Here's Curry for the record. It's good! There it is! Stephen Curry! The all-time three-point king in the NBA! Three-pointer, number 2974. The man who changed the game. The igniter of the three-point revolution in the NBA. And now he stands alone at the top of the three-point list.
And you think about this, the way he changed the game, it's almost like how Babe Ruth changed baseball with the long ball. He has changed the game with the three-point ball, how all 30 teams approach.
It's over for them now. We will never see Steph in another NBA Finals, ever.
Stephen A. Smith, is Golden State's dynasty done?
Yes, it is.
How many titles do you see Steph Curry winning over the next 4 years?
You know what, I hate to say this right now, but to be honest with you, I don't see the Golden State Warriors bringing home another championship.
Do you think the Golden State Warriors dynasty is over?
Well, unfortunately for my friends in the Bay Area, the answer to that is obviously and unequivocally yes.
Like the question is, how many titles in the next 4 years? So y'all gonna sit on First Take. You and Dominique Foxworth are going to sit on First Take and say that Steph Curry will not be in the conversation for a championship in the next 4 years.
They sure were fucking wrong. Here beating the Boston Celtics, Curry being emotional because he proved everybody fucking wrong. Everybody fucking wrong. He became one of the greatest players of all time right here in this moment. He doesn't need a super team. Klay Thompson came back from injury this season and helped him. You got a young star in Jordan Poole. You got people stepping up to play like Andrew Wiggins. This team was great. This team was phenomenal. And nothing ever will top anything. This is the best championship they've had because of what they've been through. All the hardships, everybody doubting him. Everybody saying he's not good anymore. He'll never be anything. Everything like that. He proved everybody wrong this season, and he had nothing to do with it. Everybody was like, oh, you don't have a finals MVP. Oh, you'll never break the three-point record. He did all that in this season.
Bill Russell, NBA Finals Most Valuable Player Award.
Thank you, Lisa. He's a four-time NBA champion, a two-time league MVP, a member of our 75th anniversary team, and for the first time ever, he's an NBA Finals MVP. The 2022 Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP Award goes to Stephen Curry.
Steph, it's been a lot of talk about this. What does it mean to you to finally get this Finals MVP?
It means we won. It means we took advantage of the opportunity getting back here. And I mean, I hear all the conversations. I hear all the chatter. We hear all the chatter. At the end of the day, it's about what we do on the floor. Ain't got to talk about it. Just got to go do it. And that's what this is about.
You said it during our post-game interview just 3 seasons ago. You guys had the worst record in the league. At what point did you believe that you could be back up here on the stage?
You always had a doubt, but you know how long the road is to get back here because of how hard it is to win on this level. Boston's a great team. Every team we played in the West is great teams. But we found a way to just get it done. And everybody on the stage had a part in this. From the front office, coaches, players. At the beginning of the year, what were they saying? We weren't even on the radar. And now we're here with 2 trophies, and it means a lot.
Every championship journey is different. How would you describe this one?
Just combining our championship pedigree and our experience with some fresh energy, some guys that are really hungry to take their next step. But we've built this for 10, 11 years. And that means a whole lot when you get to the stage because you know how to win. And everybody who's been a part of this knows what that's about. So this one hits different. This one hits different for sure.
Congratulations to you, Steph.
Cheers, baby!
As a Warriors fan my entire life, I could say confidently these past 2 years have been one of the saddest past 2 years. After the championship, we were expecting great things, and great things have not happened. And losing Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, declining, Draymond punching people, Klay Thompson not being the player he once was, him being traded, the big three is finally over. But I think Stephen Curry still is one of the greatest players of all time, and I already put him in top 5 to top 3 of all time. Probably he is the best guard in the entire NBA, and he is the best guard of all time. Nothing will ever take this away from him. I don't see anybody ever passing him for being one of the greatest players of all time. Nobody's gone through more hardships. Nobody has been doubted the way that this man has been doubted. And nobody had to take on 3 years of being a 3-star athlete in college at Davidson to being not on the team you wanted to play on, from taking the best of what you have and turning that into something great. I don't think he would be exactly where he was without the teammates he had, like Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, but these guys are so good at working together and putting things together. I still think he would have been a great athlete, but just not where he was today. I know it's super emotional seeing Klay leave and seeing his Instagram story talking about Klay Thompson and everything like that, and it's super sad for Warriors fans to see everything, but Stephen Curry probably isn't going anywhere in the Bay Area anytime soon. I think he's going to retire a Golden State Warrior. So just as a Warriors fan and everybody out here who watches the Warriors and loves Steph Curry and even LeBron James, don't pray on their downfalls. Enjoy the last couple of seasons you probably have of them, because it's going to be over one day and everybody's going to look back and see all the great things that Stephen Curry did for the NBA Basketball Association, becoming one of the greatest shoes of all time. I love you guys, and peace.